What's up, everyone? I hope everyone's doing good today. Happy Monday. So, in this episode, I'm going to basically be talking about kind of some COVID-19 stuff and what, like, states like Georgia and Florida and all these places are, how they're doing right now. I'll get you all of it. My name is Sean Clinton, and this is the Guide to Freedom Show, Daily Edition. Alrighty, so yeah, let's just jump right into it. And I apologize for not having an episode out for Saturday, my weekly episode. I ran some technical difficulties with the filming and everything. What happened was I filmed the episode, but only saved about maybe 10 minutes of it, and just also the other crazy crap happened with it. So I just decided not really to put one out for that day. So but I will be putting one out for every day this week up until Friday, and there won't be a weekly show this week because I'll be out of town on for this weekend for Memorial Day. So yeah, let's see how it goes this week. So anyways, COVID-19, I know I've talked about this quite a bit for the past few weeks at this point. I mean, pretty much all my episodes so far, besides my new daily editions, have all been about COVID-19 and kind of what's going on with it. So, what I really want to kind of hit on is something I talked about on my weekly show. Is something about how Georgia and Florida are doing right now, because as we know, both Georgia, Florida, and other states are starting to reopen right now. Especially today, a lot more states are doing it, including some blue states as well. As we all know, Georgia was the first one to actually begin the process of reopening everything, and it wasn't like just reopen willy-nilly every single business in Georgia. Basically, if you wanted to, you can, but it started with kind of the phase by phase scenario. I think we're moving into phase 2 here in Georgia pretty soon. But right now, places like tattoo parlors, nail salons, hair salons, gyms were the first ones allowed to reopen if they wanted to on that Friday. And then a few days later, restaurants, movie theaters, and mainly their dining areas were allowed to reopen. And also churches as well were allowed to go back into doing their services and everything. So, I mean, it's a gradual process. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But, I mean, and Florida was pretty much doing the same thing, and Louisiana's doing the same thing right now. And Colorado was pretty much following what Georgia was doing, pretty much almost step by step. Maybe a little more restrictive, but I mean, I just don't know full details, but I know they were Georgia and Colorado are pretty close in how they reopened. But a growing contention that was thrown around when Georgia was first reopening was that it was going to be a bloodbath. There was going to be a massive spike in cases, a massive spike in deaths, because Governor Kemp is an evil racist who hates children or old people, and wants to kill grandma or something like that. And that was the same thing to Florida. And remember, Florida had that influx of spring breakers back in March, and there was supposed to be a massive, spike in cases everywhere. Florida was going to be a madhouse and everything. And as it turns out, none of that happened. I mean, right now Georgia has seen a daily decrease in daily infections and deaths and hospitalizations. So we pretty much hit the peak here in Georgia, basically, and we started to see all decline. The same things happened to Florida, in Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, a lot of those places. And the biggest reason why is because we are going into the warmer months. As we get more deeper into spring, I imagine that the case number is going to continue to drop, not just in the South, but more throughout the United States as well. And you see this in like places like California as well. California is a pretty warm state, especially Southern California. I mean, they really don't get too cold there, honestly. So they really haven't seen a massive influx of cases. I mean, they had a few here and there, but I mean, they've been pretty good. The only place here in the United States that's really been hit hard was New York City. And that's because it's just the way their living conditions are. They're pretty much, people live on top of each other. And that Governor Cuomo pretty much botched this whole thing from the beginning. But again, like, Georgia is doing it good and everything. I mean, Florida, pretty much all states are reopened. That people in the media says there's going to be a bloodbath there. We're all doing fine. So, yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to start kind of see that as time goes on. But yeah, I'm just thankful we're actually starting to see the backside of this, and hopefully over the next couple of months we actually be able to go back to our normal lives in some way, shape, or form, whether it's with minor social distancing or whatever. But we'll see how it goes, and I guess a lot of it's gonna rely on if we get a therapeutic and a vaccine or not. But that we can't rely on that, of course, because just there's no guarantee of it happening. But of course, there is some studies that came out today that are showing some good signs that we could see. There's multiple different vaccines that are getting tested right now, and some of them are showing some good signs. So hopefully, over the next few months, we'll start seeing that roll out, and hopefully some therapeutics, like some kind of medicine, to help out people who are infected with it. Kind of like what Tamiflu is for, very much. So yeah, I think that's going to be all for this episode. So I'll be back here tomorrow with whatever else I want to talk about. I'll see y'all then. My name is Sean Clifton, and this is the Guide to Freedom Show, Daily Edition. If you enjoyed this episode of the Guide to Freedom Show, hit that like button and follow the page to get more content. You can also find me on your favorite podcast listening sites like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Thank you for listening or watching.